4, 3, 2.
What's up? It's your boy Bomber the Farmer, and it's Friday Night Sesh. Man, it's a holiday. Well, not really a holiday, but it's a Remembrance Day today. Today's 9/11. Where were you on 9/11? Me, I was locked up. I was in Ottawa County Jail, so, you know what I'm saying? World's ending, buildings are flying. I remember the chaplain coming in and being like, we were all in lockdown cells and shit, and I had just gotten into trouble, so I was on like lockdown, like 24-hour lockdown, and I had been locked in a cell for 5 days, and I think it was like day number 4 or day number 3 or some shit like that, and then the chaplain comes in, puts the speaker on the thing, and is like makes this announcement. Today, planes have gone through and done all this, and you gotta think about it, man. Like crazy shit. I'm in jail, so I've been thinking about people. I've been thinking about you. If you're having to deal with the loved one that's incarcerated right now and having to deal with the COVID, I really feel for people in there, man. Jail's fucking dirty as fuck. Like it's like the dirtiest fucking place ever. I'm not gonna dwell on some fucking weird energy already off the rip, but mad condolences and mad shout outs to all the firefighters and all the police officers and all just the random people that helped out during the 9/11. If you haven't gone out there to the Freedom Towers, to the Freedom Tower and also the memorials, get out there, learn the history. Whether there's truth to any of that history, I don't know. I do know that a lot of people died. That's something that can't be made up. A lot of people did die, whether it was the government or whether it was this terrorist group or that terrorist group. I don't know. All I know is that it happened, and it was just really sad, you know, when you go out there, because it's just really eerie and weird, really weird. My sister Cynthia used to live in Manhattan, so we've been all through NYC and Nueva York is like how you say it in Spanish. So you know, we've been to Nueva York a lot of times, and it's like for a while it was, you know, another place that we would always call another home from home. So you know, I really have a special place over there in my heart. I love Manhattan. I love all the boroughs, Brooklyn, Manhattan. You know what I mean? Staten Island, Bronx. You know what I mean? All that. It's so pretty over there, man. And if you get to know the people there, the people over there, you know what I mean? They come from, it's real city life, so it's, you know, it's different. So when people say, "Oh, I come from the city," you know, it's a different kind of city. You know, don't get me wrong. I love Chi-Town. You don't get me wrong. I love LA, but it's not New York. I mean, New York is a concrete jungle, and I'm pretty sure over there right now there's a lot of people just in remembrance. People that you know that were part of New York or part of the area during that time. It affected the whole city. So no matter where you were in the whole city, people had watched this whole 9/11 situation go down. It's crazy how what is it? They said in 2000 or 1999, or no, was it 2001, right? So 2001, 20 years ago. Yeah, it's about 20 years ago. It's crazy how history can play out like that. And, you know, we've not had any other crazy events like that happen except for obviously COVID. I think is, you know, somewhat of a government situation, but again, we don't know. I mean, these are things that we're still learning out and we're still putting together. We're in an election year, so lots of crazy stuff going down. I know that cannabis is going to be legal here real soon. Shout out to my boy Jay Bird. Wondering where I got this badass sweatshirt. My boy Jay Bird from KO Cuts. Shout out to the boys over there. Really holding us down. Jay Bird, Ivan. My little brother Alex started working over there. Keep me lined up, freshed up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always wondering, like, "Damn, bro, I ain't never seen you without a line." Like, shit. That's because them boys at KO Cuts knocked me out. That shit's funny as hell. What else is going on that's pretty crazy? Yeah, I guess we had a lottery yesterday in Grand Haven, so I guess there's gonna be some dispensaries going on in Grand Haven. I'm pretty excited about that. We're in September, so anybody that's growing outside, you're really being tentative to your plants. I know you are. I am. I mean, if you're not, I mean, you need to be. This weather's been crazy. All this week has been 60 degrees, like nuts. I don't know how people deal with it, but when you're growing in the grow season, that's one of the things we just deal with it. We know that it's always going to be a long season, once you get down to that last part of it. But it's those last few nights, you just got to give those plants what they need. Give them that love and attention. So shout out to anybody. Leave me a comment in the comment section. I want to invite you out to my party, which is, it's my party for everybody. I call it the farmer's market. And the reason that I call it the farmer's market is because I work with craft growers. I mean, if you're a craft grower and you're trying to put together a craft product, I want to meet you. I want to help you. And, you know, I only want to work with the people that want to help themselves. Not some people that are trying to coattail my shit. You know what I'm saying? Some people out there that really take the initiative to know what kind of ingredients and know what kind of love and, you know, other things that go into making some of these products, because it's not that hard to whip up some cookies or some Rice Krispies treats and shit. It's not hard to do any of that. But when you start getting into like cheesecake or like gourmet chocolates or like crazy ass, you know, I don't know, my boy Kingpin started doing Kool-Aid, and he was telling me how he has to infuse the sugar. So when he infuses the sugar, he has to it's a whole process that he goes through. And it's amazing how, you know, there's been so innovative. Another homie that I know that does the Kool-Aid too, what is his name? His name's Caution. He's in a wheelchair. I follow him online. He does a Kool-Aid thing. But what I'm getting at is that there's just been so many people out there just having the opportunity to just switch up their hustle. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the 58% of the voters here in Michigan that were in favor of this law. It really opened up doors and opportunities for gifting of the cannabis. I mean, I don't know how many people I run into that are gifting. Now, don't just straight up sell your weed. You can gift it. You know, it means that you can get compensated for a gift, and you can get compensated for that transaction. And right now, you can't get in trouble for that either. It's one of the things that's pretty badass about our law here in Michigan. What else is going on? Pretty
Who
cool.
wrote that law?
There's a series of different people that wrote the law. I mean, the thing is that they got the signatures. The signatures, they had to actually turn that in like a few different times because they had changed some laws here in Michigan that wouldn't let registered voters do certain things and a bunch of other stuff. It's just a pain in the ass. And I mean, it's not something that, you know, was easy to accomplish in the state of Michigan. We should have actually had our recreational law actually a few years back. We should have had the opportunity to vote, but because of something where it said that they had to collect so many signatures in a certain amount of time and they didn't end up getting it, so we had to wait another 2 years to make that happen. I mean, I always tell people in God's time, I mean, you can't get too picky. I think it happened at a perfect time that we really needed it. I think the recreational law that we have here is like the best in the whole country. You know, whereas when you go to a state like Illinois, it's whack because the only people that can hook you up with weed are the people from the stores, and the people that can home grow are like, they can only home grow 5 plants if you have a medical card. It's kind of fucking weird.
Yeah, it is.
Well, yeah, what here? I mean, it's like a whole other business. I mean, we just out here trapping, getting it. You know what I mean, and making it work. You know, we take nothing but donations, and you know, we put it all together. I'm just really in awe. How many people just ran with it? You know, it's pretty amazing. I feel very influential. I feel very motivational right now, more than I've ever have. Obviously, if you've been watching some of the videos in the beginning, I've lost a lot of weight. You can tell. My clothes just feel really nice on me. You know what I mean? I remember when I'd be sitting on the couch and doing some of the interviews that we were doing, I just, you know, couldn't sit right. Couldn't, you know what I mean? Now I feel very healthy. Feel very, very energetic. You know, I feel like I could take on anything. Leave me a comment in the comment section. That's all you got to do. And
I think they should give a share too. You give a share and prove that you shared it, you get that.
Nah, man, just leave me a comment in the comment section. I ain't trying to make nobody do some weird shit. Once we get enough people in there, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna be doing this farmers market thing. Leave me a comment in the comment section, and I'm gonna look at that shit when I go whatever, and I'm gonna hook you up with a pre-roll and shit, one per person. So you know what I mean. I don't got a whole fuckload of them. Actually, I have a few hundred, but if it comes down to it, we'll get them in. We'll get them out to everybody. It's not that hard to come down to the GR for everybody. We made it pretty centrally located. It's on Division and Burton. Anybody who knows Grand Rapids knows that there's one Popeyes in the whole fucking city, and we're like actually go right down the road from there where it's all going down and shit. So, yeah. Did you know that the audio's coming through?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, cool. Man, what was I gonna say? What else? Oh yeah, man, current events. What else? Other current events is pretty crazy. Big Sean, use a fucking G, bro. That CD you put out was straight up fucking fire, bro. Detroit too. I don't. You know, I rep Michigan stupid hard. So like, you know, I'm a diehard Lions fan, diehard Michigan State fan, like all that shit. But like, I feel like Big Sean, like you're speaking on shit and from experience and from evolving, and that says volumes, because you don't just represent for all the black, Hispanic, white, whatever. You represent for Michigan, and that's a lot. You know, I mean, somebody who just takes it as a perspective and an artist. So if you haven't copped the CD, Detroit 2, I highly recommend it, especially if you're from Michigan. The vibe, the flow, it just says Michigan. That's like all over it and shit. You know, I ain't no rapper. I mean, I could throw bars, but man, your boy Big Sean throwing some bars. You know what I'm saying? You gotta break it all down and shit. You know what I mean? Man, it's just, and you got a few tracks in there. That Lucky Me is pretty fucking dope. I think that's probably one of the dopest tracks, because you know he talks about all the crazy shit that he's been through in his life, and you know what I mean, and talks about how you can really fuck your Wikipedia up and all kinds of other shit, and like real life, bro. Like who wants it more? Who wants it more? And that's how I wake every day up. I mean, I don't know competition. I don't know anybody that's my competition. I know that sounds cocky as fuck, but I just don't. I don't know anybody that's my competition, because I'm working. If I have time to worry about the other person, I'm not doing enough. You're not doing enough if you doing that type of shit, man. Real shit. If you sitting there focusing on what this other person's doing, or what their moves and what their motives are, bro, you ain't never gonna get what God put out there for you. Those blessings are there, and you gotta go grab them. If you're sitting there focusing on so much, and don't get me wrong, I mean, there was a time in my life, I mean, in the past, where like, you know, yeah, I would let shit like that get to me, but like, you know, it's because, I mean, I wanted it more. You know what I mean? Like every day I woke up and I wanted it more. So, you know, shout out to, again, one more time, to Big Sean for making these type of CDs that we all need right now. We need good music. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say the other CD that came out this last week, the biggest flop of them all, and it's not to say anything wrong to the kid, because I mean, it's basically the whole Tekashi 69 situation. He also dropped the CD. I didn't buy that CD, obviously. It's not that I don't support snitches or any of this other bullshit. It's just, it comes to a point where it's just like more of a gimmick, and it's more of a whole situation. You do it for the kids. I listen to music because it hits my soul. Like it hits me inner me. It gives me the understanding. But it's like the politics of one thing that he's doing, and I gotta give him a lot of people don't understand, is that Tekashi's Mexican. So he's always gonna have to fight hard. He's always gonna have to push harder. And that type of attitude that he has to the industry is how I approach this weed game every day. It's weird as it is. Everybody's like, man, Tekashi, a cocky ass fucking Mexican, and then I'm pretty sure they say the same shit about Bomber. You know what I mean? Yeah, cocky ass fucking Mexican. And I'm not trying to be cocky. I just know my lane, and I know what's out there, and I know that the blessings that God has for me. And if I don't go grab them, you gonna go grab them. So I'm gonna grab that shit before you gonna grab it. That's just being real. So give your heart 110%. What other crazy shit's happened in the fucking news? Man, we had 60 degree weather days, and those have been pretty crazy. So it means fall's coming.
Colorado got hit too hard.
Yeah, the forest fires over there in fucking Colorado and California is incredibly insane. Shout out to any of my boys out there, man. Straight Organics, man. I'm watching you, bro. Like, man, it's crazy how you're doing it and shit. And like some of these other farms that are out there in the mountains, yeah, man, it's just fucking crazy. I mean, the whole Ziddle crew and the whole, you know, Terp Hogs, all them dudes out there, bro, like really putting it in and really getting it. I just feel like blessed to just know that some of the people that I work with in the industry that are doing out there, they're just really being active in the community as far as all these forest fires and shit too, because they're just making sure everybody's safe. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, I'm gonna throw a couple motivational things to you. You have 24 hours in a day. If it's meant to be, it's up to you. Chase after your dreams. Don't wait for somebody else to tell you that you can grab it. And get 6 to 7 hours of sleep. and the rest of the time be working. I mean, you could be on social media all you want, but you ain't ever gonna have the content if you're sitting on there. You're sitting on there watching everybody else's content. When you gonna make your own? You know, that's my whole shit right there. If you sitting there watching somebody else's fucking content, how are you gonna watch your own? Yep, that's you. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We're in the second Friday of the month of September. We're in the year 2020. Shout out to Vibe Studios, who's heading up on production. We're gonna be don't forget, if you need anything recreational services, we have the Happy Gift Box. If you need a medical card, Pure West Compassion Club, we do them for $50. Thank you again for tuning in tonight, man. I really appreciate everybody and all the subscribers that every day do this and watch me and just hear me kind of ramble on at some times. But a lot of the stuff I talk about is pretty relevant. I know myself. I watch a couple of the videos the past couple of weeks. I've been watching what's going on. But me, myself, I try to stay active in my community. I try to stay active in what's going on. Just because I got, kids, and I want them to understand that, hey, you know what, Dad isn't just, talking about the problem. He's helping with the problem. So thank you again one more time for tuning in. Don't forget to stay high and stay motivated.